was my new one? Instead of saying it's your girl Nat, because I feel like that's so cliche. Everybody saying it's your boy, it's your girl, da-da. Hey everyone, Nat here. Now, if this is your first time coming to this channel, I appreciate you for passing through. And if you've been here before, your girl has missed you. So first and foremost, happy new year. I hope your holiday season was well spent, well rested, meeting up with family, connecting with family and friends. Either you stay where you are, you either, like me, you went back home. I really hope it was just an enjoyable, relaxing holiday season. All right, so I'm kicking off this year with my 2025 goals. I can't believe it's already 2025. Like, yeah, I feel like 2000 was just the other day. Baby, your girl is getting old. I'm getting old. Nonetheless, I have done this in the past on this channel just to discuss and go over my future goals and what I hope to achieve this coming year. And I feel like my goals now, or at least as I get older, are way more realistic and way more paced than the other ones I had in the past. So without further ado, you already know what time it is. We're gonna get into some makeup, do a little chit chat, and discuss what 2025, or what I hope 2025, what I hope and pray 2025 will bring. So let's get into it. First things first, as you guys know, my skin is always prepped, moisturized, and I have sunscreen on. So the first thing is that I hope to achieve this year is definitely a new position. And I spoke about this in the last vlog that I did, just speaking about my life update. But your girl low-key has been coasting, I want to say since the, end of 2022. And when I say coasting, it's like there's nothing steady. And that's a problem. As a parent, as somebody that wants to succeed, wants to see my son succeed and making sure that he is financially taken care of, I have a lot of work to do on that end. So the first thing I want to say, within the next 3 to 6 months, I hope to lock down a position, either here in Georgia or in Maryland, technically DC. And before I moved down here, I was applying to DC and Atlanta, and I said, whoever calls me first, I'm out. So that's how I ended up down here. But let's see what happens. DC has been on my radar, I want to say since 2020, and I was talking to my friends the other day, and I was like, it may be better for me and for my son to be closer to home. Definitely not going back to New York. I know they say never, but I went back for the holidays and I'm just like, nah, New York can stay exactly where it is. It's driving people out like myself, which is very unfortunate. Now there's talks about, a lot of talk about the congestion pricing that's happening, where you can't go from Manhattan to Brooklyn for free anymore. Or at least the route that we would take, you not have to pay a toll. And so little things like that is what makes me not want to go back to New York. But for some place like Maryland, and low-key, when I finished my undergrad in Baltimore, shout out to Morgan State, I wanted to stay in Baltimore. I really love Baltimore's charm. I fell in love with that city with my time being there. I love everything about specifically Baltimore. Now, Maryland has always been the state where it's like it's not too far from home. Legit, from my school or my undergrad, my alma mater, to my house, driving was like 5 hours. So it's not a bad trip. And so days where we have, or times where we have our winter breaks, our spring breaks and things like that, it's way easier to drive a good 5 hour and save a little bit of money than to fly, which costs a little bit more, especially if you're flying out of Hartsfield and landing anywhere in New York, but only to be closer to home, and not have such a big gap of distance, right? So if I need something to get done, and I know I need my mom or dad or my sister or my brother or even my cousins or my aunt and uncles, hey guys, can you, sure, it's not a problem, from Penn Station to Union Station is way quicker and affordable than from like down here to New York. So that, not only would the help, not only would the help, but also just to be closer to family. I think it's very important, especially for me, doing what I want to do, which is producing and television, which we know does not have a typical 9 to 5. So being able to work a job that I love, but also have that support would be everything. So Maryland, DC is what I'm looking into. But if the right job comes along down here in Georgia, then so be it. I'll definitely take that as well. Well, not as well, but I'll take that. So the second thing, it's not in any particular order, but I really want to get my finances better. Like, they're good, but I want it to be great. Like, I get an alert every couple of days, you're scoring up, you're scoring up, you're scoring up. I'm like, okay, awesome. However, saving wise, you know, I'm being very mindful of what I take out of my account and what doesn't need to be taken out, you know? So like oftentimes, especially when it comes to food, I think that's my biggest thing. I look at my statements and I'm just like, golly, I could have saved $200 on a meal had I just stayed inside or cooked what we had in the house. But sometimes it's not even a feeling of laziness, but it's just the convenience of it, you know, where it's like, all right, you just came home from work, you just came back from volunteering, he's hungry. If you put something on the pot, it's gonna take a good 20 to 30 to an hour. Just go and get some food, right? And in the long run, it's not good because I look back and I'm like, you know, $1 may not go a long way for a lot of people, but when those dollars start adding up, they go a long way for me. So just being very mindful of purchases that I don't necessarily need. Just reassessing my finances, understanding what my financial goals are, which is to be a homeowner, and to feel like I'm not obviously working paycheck to paycheck or surviving from paycheck to paycheck, but to be in a space where I don't have to worry about funds. Like, there is an excessive amount of wealth in every one of my accounts where, girl, you don't have to worry. And if that may look like investing or, I guess that's what it is in a nutshell, investing, Roth accounts, IRAs, 401, you know, just things like that. Making sure that I am financially literate. And I think oftentimes there's a whole lot of terms and words that really turn me off because I don't understand. So really buckling down, getting those Barney terms on whatever this means and that means in the financial world of talk and whatnot, and just zoning in and understanding it all so that by the time next year comes, I'm in a better place mentally and obviously, physically with my finances. So that's one of my goals. And I also feel like all of my goals kind of gel together, right? With the new position, with hopefully an amazing salary, comes better or supposedly better financial decisions for myself and for my son and for my future family. And, you know, things just kind of get into place. So again, in no particular order, what I have next on my list is my health. So last year, which I was not too happy about, and it's kind of crazy. So last year, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. And I remember being so devastated by it because in my mind, and what I was doing was everything right. I was making sure I had a low sodium diet. I'm working out every day. I'm drinking my water. I'm trying to stay sane. I'm trying to be stress-free. Eating my fruit, staying away from sugar and processed foods and all that good stuff. But no, went back to the doctor. And my doctor, God bless her, Woman of color, because you know I don't play that. But she was like, before I put you on this medication, let's test it out. Gave me some supplements that supposedly help with lowering your blood pressure. And I was like, okay, perfect. Boom, let's do that. Long story short, it didn't work. But I remember talking to my mom about it. She was like, it's just sometimes it's hereditary. But I was like, I did everything right. But granted, it doesn't have to be something that is for the long term, you know? The way that I wean myself on to these medications is the same way I'm planning on weaning myself off in 2025. Let's rewind. So I did the Daniel fast, and that fast was really an eye-opener. I have never slept so good in my life after I had my son until I did that diet or fast. And the other thing was my blood pressure was regular. It was 120 over 80, 117 over 30, 117 over 70, and things like that. And I was like, okay, maybe I could stick with this. And long and behold, I got off of it, didn't really follow it or try to do like bits and pieces of it. But for me to end the year having to be on blood pressure medication, when in the beginning of the year I know what needed to be done and didn't follow through, it's a me problem. It's a me thing. Just understanding that what I digest and what I put in my body plays a vital role in my health overall. It's very, very important. And the way I felt, like I lost a lot of weight. I lost 10 pounds in 20 days. 21 days, and everything was just so clear, you know, because with the Daniel fast, you're not having any meats, you're not having any breads, you're not having any sugar. All it is fruit and vegetable. No like added sweeteners, no, I mean you could cook with oil and things like that, but it was just like it felt really, really good. So within the next couple of days, I plan on doing that. So continuing on this health journey, I actually want to learn how to skate. And so one thing about me, I really do have a fear of falling. Why? Because past trauma. If you guys follow me on TikTok, you know my tooth story. I fell with my whole mouth open when I was younger, chipped my tooth. Been very self-conscious about my tooth since then. Anywho, but that's one thing that I want to do. My son has been asking for skates since, I'm gonna say his birthday last year, and I think Christmas last year, and I was like, let's see, let's try it out first and see how it goes. So this past Thanksgiving break, we did go roller skating, and he was getting the hang of it, and I was like, do you like it? He's like, yeah, I like it. So sign him up for some lessons, sign myself up for some lessons, and I believe I'm able to take it with him. I think they have like an all-age lesson. Maybe I'm gonna be a goofball. I can only picture it now, but that's something that I am willing to try, because by the summertime, you know, I want to be, and down here it's a big thing, skating. So I want to be in the what's it called? The skating rinks. Just I get don't stop it. And why did I choose that song? But you know, just gliding the party, we woo, and then turn woo, and then put the foot up. Oh. So the next thing I have on my list, again in no particular order, is to get my mind right spiritually, like focusing more on the word and actually putting my actions into play, you know. And I feel like some of the people that I know that are really driven and really, you know, a good devout Christian person, they don't necessarily go to church every Sunday. They legit sit down, they read the book, read the word, and then take what they've learned and put that into the exercises of life, you know? And I'm just like, that's what I need to do. But more than just, like I said, reading it, but again, putting the actions into play, being more Christ-like, understanding that, I know there's like a meme or a video out there that's like, in 2025, I'm not going back and forth, I'm not going above and beyond, I'm not doing this and that, whatever. But I feel like for me personally, that's just my character. Going above and beyond, doing things to make people feel good, doing things that help them, And I feel that's what Christ wants for us, you know, making sure that we are taking care of those that need help. Because let's face it, we all need help. We all need help. And it doesn't even have to be something super big or major. It could be something as small as, hey, what's going on? The other day, this girl, prime example. The other day, my girl Shauna, we have a group where it's pretty much an accountability group where we discuss working out and making sure that we are staying on track and all that good stuff. And so I shared with the group, I was like, ladies, I'm looking to look or apply to more positions further in DC. And she was like, hey, you know, let me know what you need, because like you mentioned, it's better to be closer to home, especially with Izzy growing up, all this stuff. But let me know what it is that you need. I could look out to see if I know people that are hiring, all this stuff. And I'm just like, that, like, thank you, you know, it's something that I needed to hear. And granted, like my friends and my family, they do that every day, hopefully, or at least that's what I think they do, always looking out for me. But to hear somebody say it and to think about future Nat, that meant so much to me. And I think that was God's movement. Like, you know, let me, just something as small as that, let me see what I could do in your transition of, you know, getting yourself right with finding a new job. And I was like, ooh, I love that for me. I love that for me, and I want to be of service to other people like that. So more focusing on the word, reading it and fully understanding it with my whole head and my whole heart, and then putting more action to play to be more Christ-like, and yeah, make the world a better place. Part of me feels like the reason I moved to Atlanta was because I knew the film and television industry is starting to boom down here. And I think I'm doubting myself a little bit because I haven't gotten my foot inside the door all the way. And so I'm like, New York is a better market, DC is a better market, LA is a way better market, but giving myself grace to navigate how to get through and in down here. So another one of my goals is to connect with more people in the film and TV industry. Now, there's a lot of people that say they know somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it. And it's true, because that's how the industry works. It's who you know. And so making sure that I am connecting with the right people, going to more network events this year is definitely on top of my list. Oftentimes, some of these events are late at night on a weekday, and I'm just like, you know, but being able to prepare for events like that, making sure I have proper coverage for my son, and heading out there, you know. And I think this is the year for me to do that. I should have done that since 2021, but you know, it's easier said than done. But just having a plan, sticking to that plan, and making sure that I'm making these events, because one thing is, it won't hurt me to just step out. And if these events are virtual, even better. And maybe doing more connecting with my Facebook groups. You know, just people like that. Like the people that have made their ranks up the ladder in the television and film industry, that have credentials and a resume from here to Africa, that I could be like, I want to take advice from you. I want to talk to you. I want to connect with you. You know, not just anybody. No shade to anybody, you know, that's on the rise, but you know, I want somebody seasoned. I want to up my content creation more. And the thing is, I've noticed there's a big balance between, or I'm trying to find the balance between my short form content that's on my TikTok and my IG versus my longer form content, which would be on YouTube. And like the holiday break, I had a whole bunch of things planned out, and I'm like, okay, content for the Radio City Christmas show is perfect, content with me taking the kids to the city, content with my birthday dinner and all this stuff. And I'm just like, girl, it's so much easier to just take out your phone, take a picture, take a video, and do it like that. Whereas my plan originally was to film where I was going and then have like a nice little, 20-minute video of that. But yeah, I guess just trying to find that balance between what deserves short form versus what actually deserves and what people want honestly watch via long form. And so just, I guess, planning that out and figuring it out. Being more consistent with my content, having professional photos for content, and making my stuff look a little bit better. There's a couple of content creators that I follow here on Instagram. On Instagram, that's one thing, and YouTube. And I see like they amp up their content. I'm like, okay, I see the transitions. I see the lower thirds. I see the color grading a little bit. So, following, these like-minded individuals and making sure that my content is up to par, but more importantly, consistent. That's all I need this year to be. Consistency. So actually, I was supposed to kick off this video showing you guys what I got. And these are from my aunt. They are from Tarte. And the whole point of this video was to obviously chit chat with you guys, but also to test out these things. So this is a glow highlighter. This is blush. It's giving NYX Elf. It's giving this Elf Halo Glow Beauty Wand. Is it focusing? Okay. But yeah, let me show you what I got. This is is it taupe tape? Blush tape. This is what I got. We're gonna use that on the cheeks. Then I got this Juicy Lip. Use that right on the lips. Then this is the highlighter. I kind of want to open this, but I don't want to open this because, again, this reminds me of the Elf one that I have. And then, what else? Oh, this cute little palette. Glamazon. So I think right now we're going to test her out. Oh, she's cute. She is so good. Glamazon To Go. Okay. Pretty. Echo, and then we're gonna go in with Earthy. All right, but I know like Tarte, from what I hear, ain't for the sisters. But baby, if it's free, it's for me. Ooh, a cute little on the go. Okay. All right, I lied. I'm gonna go ahead and put Volcanic, this one, in the middle as well. I mean, like right here. Recently, I posted on my Instagram my like 2024 recap. And of course, the text messages came out from people that I don't speak to every day. Some of them I do, some of them I don't. Like a nice little handful of them. Oh, who's the person that you're talking about? Well, they didn't ask me that directly, but it was more of like, ooh, like, girl, you gotta put me on. Who's this person? I don't talk to you. Like, if I talk to you about it, then what makes you think I'm gonna talk to you about it now? Like, yes, one thing about me, I'm very personal. There's a difference between personal, private, and secrecy, right? I'm personal with what I put out, or I shouldn't say personal, but I'm very mindful of what I decide to place on Beyonce's internet. I'm very private about who I talk to. There will never be a face, and there will be a name, but there will never be a face, right? And I say this, if there's no ring, there's no ting. We're not doing that, right? And then secret, he's no secret, right? He's out there. I put him out there, but in the end, people put out what they want to put out. So I'm not going to let you know because one thing about it is nobody likes to be embarrassed. I can't be talking about him today and then he gone tomorrow. No. Or like, I try to be playful when people ask me. I'm like, I plead the fifth, all that stuff. But speaking of this one person, let's get into it. Listen, if you made it this far to the video, you get the tea. Not an ultimatum was given, but it's more of like, well, if we're really gonna do this thing, I need it to make sense, and I need it not to waste my time. We're not doing that in 2025. And throughout the years, and I spoke about this, there was a lot of that. And so as I get older, we're not trying to do that no more. Given that he acts right, he will be my +1 for my sister's wedding in July. If he acts right. All right. Now there's a lot of, not a lot, but there's just life happening with him, with myself, and there's, you know, and just trying to make it, figure it out, or like, not figure it out, but like iron out the wrinkles. And it's getting there slowly but surely. And so let's see if the next vlog, maybe not the next one, but the couple of ones down in a couple of months, maybe he'll be there, you know. But I'm excited because I know he really wants to be there. But let's see, the work gotta be put in. One thing about it, I'm not just gonna bring anybody around my family. The people that I'm close to the most, no, we're not doing that. So act right. Are you? Ooh, pretty. All right, let's see. Okay, what now? Off, on, hold on. Okay, other side. Okay, yeah. I told him, you know, I want a ring that breaks my freaking wrist. Baby, make it a wrist weight ring, okay? All right, now we have, what is this now? A juicy lip in the color Maracula Juicy Lip in the color Rose. Or it's the color Rose. I don't know, the Rose. Do that there. Whoever came up with this color, I hope they got a raise. Because that color right there for the girls that look like me, MAC will never go out of business specifically for that item, single-handedly that item. Oh, it's a lipstick? I think it's like a gloss. Let's see. Ooh. She is smooth. Wait, what is this now? Oh, I gotta keep this in. Hold on, what is this? I like it. All right, let's do some mascara and call it a day. I can't find my setting spray for the life of me. I don't know where it went, where it disappeared to, but it is not here. It probably fell under the seat in the car. You know, the locks is growing, y'all. Y'all see the hang time? So with that being said, 2025, I'm excited to see what it brings. I am excited for the opportunities. I'm more excited for all the good things. Now, I know we could focus in on the not so good things, but for me, I'm very zoned into all the good things that is going to happen, all the connections that I'm going to make, all the opportunities that is for me and me only. I'm excited to take it on. Let me know what goals you guys have for this upcoming year. Please, by all means, leave your comments in the comment section below. And you guys know I say this all the time. I want to connect with you. I want to talk to you both on and offline because I'm that type of person. Let's connect. Let's stay connected. And let's grow in 2025. Until my next video, which will be maybe in 2 weeks. Maybe in 4. I will see you all in the next one. Bye. Wait, let's zoom in on this mug real quick. Hold on. Let's zoom her in. All right, what we thinking? Let me squat a little. Okay, hold on. Is she giving? That lip, look at it, a little juicy. Look at the eye. Bye, guys.